Where's Miss Fulton? Hello. I can barely see my head. Let's move you back. Hello. I've not done a YouTube in a very long time. So it's probably time I did one, okay? I'm just getting ready to go to the gym. It is a chest day, push day, whatever you want to fucking call it. It is the 6th of January, Saturday, 6th of January. I am on my 3rd day of mini cut. 3rd, 4th? 4th? Started on Wednesday, whatever. I'm dieting. I'm trying to be not chunky anymore. Done with this push-up. Peaked at like 110 kilos. I've been heavier than that before, but it was a good place to stop post-Christmas and all that. And just starting to accumulate a little bit of unwanted body fat. So just like, yeah, time to strip it back. Got a holiday, middle of February, which is going ahead now. There was some umming and ahhing as to whether we were going to go or not, but it is going to go ahead now. So doing that, going to Barbados. Was going to do the cut regardless, but we'll do 4 to 6 weeks of fairly aggressive pulling back for that. So went from, on a training day, like 4,200 calories to 3,200 calories, just there or thereabouts, and then rest day, a similar drop in calories. So I'm just making my intro right now. And yeah, just to pull back for that. And then once I'm back from Barbados, 2 weeks there, which will be nice. So once we're back, it'll be back to pushing back up and trying to make me a massive Ken. Oh, fuck's sake. I need a fucking thing. Where is the thing? Chopstick. Yeah, so pulling back, pulling off body fat. Probably going to try and get to around 100 kilos in 6 weeks. If I need to use some fat burners, as in Incline and Yohimbine, then I will. But I don't think I will do, to be honest. It depends what Vicky decides at the end of the day. Now, let me just fill this up. I haven't been posting that much because this house has been getting redone and I haven't had sort of the space and the lack of sound in order to crack on with a YouTube video. Just sort of haven't felt comfortable to do that in this environment. But now it's all done, I feel better. And no, you're not gonna get a house tour because this isn't Cribs. This also isn't my house, it's my parents'. And mind your own fucking business. People can do what they want in terms of showing stuff off, but like I prefer to be private, and you know, I'm pretty posh, as you can tell, so it's not like I don't have, you know, parents don't have a bit of cash, and I don't want to be like, oh, rubbing it in your face. So you're not seeing the house. Like, don't get me wrong, you'll see bits like this lovely pantry. Can you call it a pantry? It's a cupboard. It's a big cupboard. I don't know, it just feels a bit weird. It always has. So. Anyway, bodybuilding. Woof! You wanna go out? Let me allow the dog. Go. But yes, anyway. Chest sessions today. Modified. I was training there through prep. Did all my prep out of there, have moved to Meritor, but the weekends of January, they're doing free, anybody can go. As I'm not a paying member there anymore, I think I'll just pop down because there is a Gymloco flat press I want to use that I haven't used, and I have flat press in this session, so I thought I'd give it a crack. University, that's what I learned at university, how to do that. But yeah, thought I'd go give that a go today. So I have been going back periodically for one of my leg sessions a week. It's funny, is you start doing this for a job. Like, I was happy to just stick at one gym and just do that and be there. But then you want a different environment, you want different equipment. And as well as you need to like stick on the same equipment a lot to see progression, it's also good to sometimes change things up and go different places and do different stuff. Especially when you're finding like lifts are getting really heavy. In that off-season period, like you're really pushing weights and that sort of thing, and like increments are going up very slowly. Sometimes it's a good idea to just sort of like step away from a certain machine for a week and then come back to it. You'll probably be stronger when you come back, but sometimes it's just nice to get out of the house, so to speak. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll be doing that today, and I'll go there again tomorrow for my quad session. Right, I need to make coffee. If there's anything that should be on your wish list as a bodybuilder, or as a human, it's one of these. This is probably the greatest appliance I have ever known. Other than maybe an air fryer. But I use this a lot more than the air fryer. So I prefer this. Obviously it's more expensive than an air fryer. It's like twice the price of a top-end air fryer. But like, I have 5 coffees a day. I use it more. It's worth it. Also, dog shit coffee is just not the one. Once you've had one of these, like I can barely even have a Costa now because it's so good. Right, it's done. As you can see, I've changed glasses. Another thing we got with new bits in the house, boiling tap. So like this is a normal tap, but it also has the boiling water comes out of its room. Saves a lot of time with a kettle, and if you don't want to have to get your eyebrows done, you can just burn them off. So great stuff. Broom broom. All right. Have arrived at the gym. Chest day, what day is it? It's a Saturday. 108.6 this morning. I was like 109 yesterday. I don't fucking know. It's basically 2 sets on everything. So 2 sets here, straight set, and the rest pause. I will stack the fuck out of this as well. This is the problem now. I'm very strong on certain things, not everything. This is too low. Is that too low? High. No, okay, one higher. Okay, not one higher then. Well, that's light as fuck. Oh, I'm spoilt by the prime. This is only a lowly hamstring. This is half the stack. Like, why is it so light? Ooh. Ooh. I feel a little old man today. To be fair, I've been battling a bit. I've been battling a bit of a cold as of late. Still in that duel. So we'll see how the session goes, but I'm not feeling shit or anything, so we're all good. Oh, that feels easier now, it's heavier, that's weird. Okay. One more warm up and then straight into it. I might try and raise the seat one more without it dropping me down. Nope, don't. How about 2? What if I do 2? Might have worked. It's a funny gym, this. It's very full, but it's still quite open. So it's quite a nice gym. The atmosphere's nice, but it's not full of people that train. It's full of people that come to work out, you know? Mostly. There's a few powerlifters here that are fucking serious. But most people come to work out, you know? Okay. Might go one further forward on the pins. Yeah, they're doing like a free weekends through January here, so if you want to come pop down and check it out, you can do for free. Well, I think it's Saturdays 8 till 2 and then Sunday 10 till 2, but that is like, you come at 1:30, you'll be there for free, you know?
But yeah, when I was in prep, it was a very non-inspiring atmosphere towards the end. So that's why I moved. But sometimes it's nice to come back and max out all the machines. I want it. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. Oh, easy, come on. Oosh. Ooh. Wow. All right. Move it down a smidge. And then we do a rest pause, where you try and get the same total number of reps as you did on that first set. So you don't drop the weight down drastically. You still kick it down a few pegs. And then I'll probably go for try and go for 8, rest pause, go for 4. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. It's not the end of the world. It's just an intensity method. And it fucking works. So it's nice. On something like this, I don't like to go crazy high rep. I'd rather just slow everything down and make it a bit harder, especially on intensifiers. I don't want to do like an initial set of 10 to 12 and then say it's a drop. I don't want it to be another 12. Like I want it to be maybe anywhere from sort of like 4 to 8 more, depending on the exercise. But like for instance, a rest pause, you aren't going to be doing a 10 to 12 and then getting out another, resting for 20 seconds, and then with the same weight getting out another 10. It's just not going to happen. You might get 3. You could aim for 5, but you'll probably only get 3. So that's how you're working hard. Like when I do my leg press sets, and I've got like a double rest pause in there, I'm getting like 2 reps, maybe 3 on those rest pauses. Like especially that second one, I'm lucky if I get 1 from so far. So it's you got to learn to be intense in your intensifiers, and not just think because you're doing like 2 or 3 drop sets, you can be lazy during one of those. Like you're still trying to failure on all of those. So don't piss around. It's funny, I say I'm battling a cold. I do 1 set and I'm like, was feeling a bit knackered yesterday. Lower calories, got a cold. It's the full combo. It's always the case that you start a new phase, whether it's getting bigger or cutting. First week, get a cold. It's always the way. It's always like, oh, now I need to deload. I don't need to deload. I'm all right for now, hopefully. If it gets worse, then yeah, I will do. But for now, it's all good. The old intra getting me through. Another reason why I've come here today is because my elbows are feeling a bit shit. Well, not really that bad, but it just gives them a bit of a rest from other machines. All right, let's get out of people's way, shall we? Second set. Ooh. Okay, done.
He's not going to use it if it's shit.
No.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, he might be getting it for free. I don't know. Haven't spoken to him about it.
Cool.
Like, we don't really talk about drugs that often. It's funny, I remember watching stuff with, bodybuilders years ago, we don't really talk about drugs. It's the same. No, but really, once you're at a certain level, it's like, I don't care what you're doing. How are you training?
Everything else you're talking about.
Oh. This thing is piss light. Oh. I thought this used to be heavy. Never mind. I think I'm doing a 6 to 8 start. Okay, 4.5. Okay, incline press. I've been using the Prime at Meritor. It's interesting to see the difference between that and like normal stuff. Like it's like a hammer strength. This isn't a hammer strength piece. It's a hammer strength style. Interesting to see the difference because that Prime incline is the fucking heaviest incline machine there is going. So slapping 4.5 plates on this, I'll see how many you can get. Be an interesting comparison. The max I've done on this before is like 4 plates. So we'll see how this goes, considering I haven't used it in a long old time. I've gotten a fair bit stronger since then, so I think I'm up to like 3.5 on the Prime. So an additional plate on one of the machines that sort of shows you how much heavier it is. Let's crack on 6 to 8. Then we'll take off a 20 each side. So now I feel tired. Okay. Elbows did feel that one then. Sort of another thing of when you're not well, your joints will start to hurt. For no apparent reason. That's fun. Well, the apparent reason is that you're not well. You're not recovering properly. Bit annoying, but I'm okay to work through it. I don't feel like death or anything. I don't feel achy. So it's okay. Beard hair. Yummy. It's funny, this year, one of the things that's really come up is my chest. And it's just noticeable, I'm stronger across everything. The biggest thing is flies, actually. I max out every single pec deck and cable incline flies. Getting stronger at, like, I'm gonna have to move to cuff rather than D-handle, just purely from a bicep perspective. And I don't like cuff, but it's one of those, like, it comes out of necessity at that point. That's probably why cuffs were utilised in the first place, because you're limited by your bicep and tendons through there, and you don't want to tear that. So, yes, onto the cuffs. Right. Another straight set. Try and get in the fucking... Nice. Okay, done there. Jeez. We're gonna have to film it from the back because it's the only angle I can get. 2 sets here, one of them's a drop set. So first set's just a normal straight set. I think it's like 8 to 12. Second set is 8, drop, go as many as you can. So that'll be fun. But it's proper vertical, this. Not what I'm used to. It's quite nice. Plates. Throw this around for a couple. Oh, that's heavy. Oh my fucking Christ, why is that? resistive as fuck. That's horrible. I'll have to use the panetta. Ugh. That was not nice. It was like perfectly smooth and then no smooth. Okay, let's try 60. Right, if this is your mum tight again at the bottom, I'm going to swap machines. Oh, that's fine. Okay, let's just use 60 as the working weight. Normally I can do 2 plates, but hit the bottom and it was horrible. Maybe it's just the verticality of it, but it is Gymlico and they're famously heavy pieces of kit, so it could just be that, or it could just be being a fanny, who knows. It's not that. It's not that, I promise. Right, let's crack on with this then. Quite 8. Fucking heavy for 8. Sorry, light for 8, but feels heavy. Oop, don't knock the bench over. Holy fuck! Wow! Woo! That's fucking heavy. Jeez. It's cold in here, man. It's cold and cold again. It's raining and it's cold. January. Normally it's like cold enough that it doesn't rain, it just snows. But now it's just like warm cold, which is annoying. It's Britain. It's fucking busy as well today. Should have anticipated such things. Oh well. I'll just keep chatting away and being weird. Right. Can't decide if I need a shit. I think I do need a shit. I think it's a fart, but I also have to pee, so it's probably going to fart during the pee. So I'm looking at the Panetta one now, and I should have used that. Oh well. Right. Let's do it. Track 6. Drop. Go again. Up! Oh! Jesus Christ. Oh! Ooh! Oh! Fucking hell, shoulders, man. Right shoulder's giving me a bit of shit as well. A bit tight. Whew. On the Lecco of gin. This thing's pretty heavy. I've only got a plate and a half on here. See how this is. Okay, I lied, it's not that heavy. It's just the bottom. It just gets really heavy there. It's light as fuck here. Which is how it should be. It just feels a bit awkward. Oh. Okay, 2 plates I think. Oh. Okay. I believe it's time to get the bats out. There's a lady behind me who has some very nice Jordan lows on. I haven't bought any new shoes in a while, especially not Jordans. Already got enough pairs. Need to stop trying to convince myself that I need more, because I don't need more. And I haven't bought many. It's only when you're on prep, you're like, oh, new shoes, treat yourself. To be fair, I didn't do that much this year. I don't know, it's just one of those things. People have habits. I just played a lot of video games. Chest is feeling good. Time to make it feel throbbing. Oh. Fucking hell. Wow, that is heavy. Okay. Tried 12, I think I got 10 or 9. One or the other. Definitely dropped down to a plate and a half. Do another one. Whew. Feel like a little kid. Feel like a bikini girl on any machine. How about that? Yeah, some of them bikini girls are tall, so I shouldn't say that. They're taller than me. Oh, they do be full. That's how you know when you can belly tense them. Oh, yeah. I was supposed to do an overhead tricep movement after all this, but after dips, my elbows are just like, you fucking what, mate? So just a push down does the job. Get a little bit of tricep involved. It's fine. Yeah, those joints. Don't know if you saw them. Music in it is fucking terrible. Always has been. It's like it's like trash house. Like you get good house, and this is just bad house. You got to be off your nut to enjoy this. All right, one more set. Try 10. I'm flagging, man. We've got dips after this, which are currently being occupied. Leg press. It's pretty light leg press. It's so narrow. Like I can't fucking open my leg. Can't mansplain. Spread. Three. Okay. Jeez, that was a better set. Big stretch. Felt a bit more comfortable. Lighter weight. Okay. Done there. Big tease. This is still fun though. It's a bit obnoxious, isn't it? Dips. 2 sets. I get a mega big stretch on these. That's got narrower. I haven't got bigger, that's got narrower. At this point of the session, I am ready to stop pressing. But what? This will be the 4th press and final of the session. I'm pretty spent, man. Body weight, 7. One more body weight. And then we move to a little tricep, and then an ab, and then a cardio and a done. It has got horribly busy in the past like 10 minutes. Train me back to my gym. I've given out like no advice here, but you don't need it. You're very brown today. Yeah. Poo colour. Poo times. I don't own anything that's brown, apart from shoes. I don't know any physique dudes.
He's a model, he's like a proper pretty boy.
Aren't we all? Oh, yeah.
But he's like one of those guys that like just sort of looks like that all year round because he's a model, so it's like you just sort of...
You don't get fat. You're not doing it right.
I'm trying hard.
You just gotta eat. Muffins.
Have you seen my story?
No.
Funny you say that because today, pre-workout.
Muffin.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not shitloads, but it's all the other stuff as well.
I have 6 meals a day.
Yeah, exactly, I know. It's like you look at one meal, you're like, oh, that's fine. They're like, yeah, but I'm eating again in 2 hours.
Dude, but that's what I've realised. The difference between last time I tried to grow and this time is last year I was on 650 carb and I was doing it across 5 meals and it felt like a fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Every time I came to eat, I was like, I'm not hungry, I don't want to eat. Whereas now I'm split across 6.
Plus, this is the first time you got like peeled, so your appetite will still be huge. It's just more off plans as well.
Yeah, I only do one a week.
There's always ways around it. You get to a point with off plans where it's like, if I have more, I won't be able to digest my food tomorrow. So you have to like selectively choose your off. The off plans become set meals that you're allowed out.
Like what I'm having tonight, we're going to a turkey grill.
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
Chicken, rice,
Chips.
rice and potato.
Yeah.
Because I know it'll
Sit fine, yeah. Sushi, burgers sit surprisingly well. Where it gets shit. I got bored of chicken. Cake. Set 2. This is too narrow. I'm too wide. Whatever. Seven again, after a long break. Oh, Jesus. All right, sleeves off. Woohoo. All right, Vulcan grip, even though it's not an actual Vulcan. Push downs, 3 sets, 3 10 to 15s. Just put, way too light. Just put some volume through the triceps, basically. That's still too light. But just warm up. Just a bunch of bullshit, this. Okay, that's better. Okay, we're gonna that. Whoa. See a lot of people with this. They'll start like the trunk. I'll put it lighter so I can show you. See a lot of people do them like this. You're not really getting. The problem with that is you're putting a lot of strain through the rear delt and the lat. Like, as well, people start like super close and then work wide. You want to stay wide the whole time. You're going to take a lot more tension on the tricep, keeping them wide the whole time. If you do this, it's just going to become harder and harder to do that. As well, we're trying to like arch your back into it and then push them out like this. You're just going to end up with a lot of internal rotation of the shoulder, so you're not doing this a lot in order to try and push it down, when realistically what you actually want to do, get to a nice position, lat on, nicely crunch down, hold that crunch, press the hands apart and press them straight down, because that is what's going to get you a nice contraction in the tricep, rather than trying to get it this way. You have to use a hell of a lot less weight, and you're not going to be consistent with it. You're going to get to a point you're just not be able to progress it because your rear delts cannot hang on to it. So press to the floor, not backwards like that. It's not a dumbbell kickback. That's not going to give you the maximal. It will still give you a contraction, but you can load it better pressing it straight down. And I think the triceps speak for themselves on that one. Because you always get it from guys that have got piss poor arms who are like that. So listen to the big arms. It might get you somewhere. I love that as well. The whole science bro shit. these days, like, yeah, don't ignore it, don't ignore the science, read into it, and critically evaluate. But experience on that front is going to teach you what is actually going to work in theory and what will actually work in practicality. So, especially when you're talking about some guys like, don't listen to the big guys, they don't know what they're doing. It's like, they've got the experience to know that. And if they've got, say, for instance, really big arms, they've built them over time and learned what to do. Like, they've worked them a lot more than a guy who's got small arms and hasn't really evaluated what's going on and see what works best. And there'll be guys that argue, oh, well, I work my arms all the time and they're still small. It's like, we don't work them effectively, Dan. You're probably just doing the same shit over and over again, hoping that something sticks, rather than assessing what you're doing, realizing it's not working, and then trying something else. So, yeah. And I always get guys who are like, oh, my arms have been small. It's like, well, you've never actually properly addressed them. You always tag them on the end of sessions and think they're going to grow. It's like, I'd usually value experience with results over theory. Right, set 2. Drop down. Last set. I have 15 minutes of cardio to do afterwards. I get real sweaty. Wahey. The cut live. I was doing 15 minutes of cardio in the fucking growing season anyway. I'm still growing, but like I'm cutting, you know? Still growing season, but like mini cut. Put the cookie down! Now! Okay, done. Jesus. Wrecking. Fucking wrecking. Alright. Slightly shallower decline bench than I'm used to. But we're gonna go for it, because there's like 2 ab machines in this place. 3 sets? 2 sets. No, 3 sets. 3 sets here. We'll see about that. Just go as heavy as I can for like 10 to 15. Again. Quite simple. Might do a drop set. So, let's warm up. That's a nice squeeze. Okay, let's try a 10. Okay. A 10 shall be the working weight. Trying to work this up. Loads of people say you shouldn't train your abs with weight because it'll make your waist thicker. Well, it might do, but I want all of me to be thicker, and having an overall more defined waist when lean is much better than having a tiny weeny little itty bitty waist with no definition to it. You just look like an empty hole at that point. You look hollow. Like, you see it with dudes that take that principle that already have a wide waist and they don't train their abs because they don't want to make the abs wider, but then they end up with just this massive hollow space with no definition. You'd much rather have a big canvas which you've painted than an empty one. You know? It's just a canvas still at that point. You haven't put a painting on it. So, just because something is naturally wide doesn't mean you can't make it a strong point. Waists don't have to be tiny to look good. Like, Nick Walker has a ridiculous set of abs. It's a huge waist. But if he didn't have those abs, he'd look even worse. I'm not saying it looks bad, but like, the waist would stand out. But because it is so well defined, it's almost like a strong point because they're so big. So just because you hear the word big waist doesn't mean it's a bad thing unless it is an undefined waist. So let's do this set, shall we? Jeez. Oh my goodness. Right, 12, 10 kilos. We'll try and progress that to 15. The one I use in Meritor is much steeper, but that still felt pretty good. So maybe I'm getting less hip flexor on that. Probably just do body weight for the next one, to be honest, because it's going to be really hard. You usually find with these, putting volume through this, really hard. With any weight, that is. Like, your drop off is massive. Usually only find guys that have ridiculous ab endurance, like gymnasts, because they train them all the time. But most people that get into bodybuilding have never trained their abs in their life. Or they've done like a few sit-ups, and then people are like, oh, abs are made in the kitchen anyway. You've never fucking trained them, mate, so you don't have any to begin with, so you're not making them in the kitchen regardless. You look at guys in the old school, like Frank Zane would use sit-ups as cardio. You know, stories of him doing sit-ups for an hour straight, one set for an hour. Now, granted, it's not going to be very useful for hypertrophy, but it's just going to those extremes of things, you know, finding out, you know, what different things work and that sort of thing. And he had a ridiculous midsection, as to guys like Serge Nubret. So, and those guys train their abs like mad. They'd usually do an ab workout in the morning before everything else. And this is obviously getting ready for competitions, but you know, training twice a day and all that sort of shit, like, this works for some people, but I'm not saying you have to train twice a day to get abs, but you need to address them at least. Oh, it's like a bloody concert in here, Jesus Christ. Not that I've ever been to a concert. Right, I'll just do one more here. I'm not getting out of third, I don't think. Abs are already pretty fucked. And I've got cardio to do. And the cardio session looks pretty fucking busy. So I'll stick my headphones on for that. Fucking hell. Oh, okay. Done. Jesus. That's not easy, man. For such a simple piece of equipment, that's fucking hard. Right, we're having to do the Martins Lissus with the mic on the glasses, otherwise this ain't gonna work. Steamy. Right, I just finished cardio, so I'm fucking sweating my baps off.
Take these fucking shoes off.
I can't do the camera facing me because the wall's too far away. Pants down. You're the loser. Right, your little update of fat me. The open shots to begin with. Now put some plastic flare, even though this is a Dorian. Ah yes, stamina. Oh, I don't like doing this post cardio because I cannot hold my waist at all. Can't tend my glute at the minute either, because I'm too thick. Oh, okay. Whew. Squeeze the glutes, tense them down, push those fucking knees out. Lean. Oh. Yeah. Whew. Cheeky ab shot. This would be horrible. Look, if you don't look open in your classic off season, you're not putting on weight. Front relax. Jesus Christ. It's an effort, this. Whew. Okay. Fuck me. Quads are so tight. Ah. So tight after cardio. It's not fun posing in your off season. Like, nobody likes doing it. But it's one of those things, like, you just have to do. Like, obviously you're doing it for check-ins, do it post-session. And it just, like, I did it all last year. And even when I was looking shit, or like, not where I wanted to be, I knew in my own mind it would get better and you would see it improve. Oh, hello. So it's one of those things you should always practice it, because sometimes you don't want to hit a certain shot because it looks shit and you've got to wait until this is looking better. But it's always good to do it all year round, because that's how you learn. Like, my posing improved so much last year just from drilling it constantly and like doing shit in here all the time post session, which is the one thing. Marital's posing room isn't quite as good, just because of the black backdrop. That's all they need. But yeah, it's like drill, and especially the quarter turns. Like, people mess those up. Back shots, I find people don't lean back far enough. They don't tense their lats when they do it. You really want to be able to see that chest from the back is what you really want. But yeah, posing is such a big deal, especially in classic. And like, you know, everybody wants to pose like someone. They want to pose like Rough Diesel, or they want to, you know, pose like Menza or whatever. You've got to take everything that's gone before and move it forward in some way. Well, we're living in the greatest hits era of physiques. Like, you've got mass monsters, you've got fucking aesthetic mass monsters, you've got classic, you've got men's physique. And if you don't borrow from the old school guys, some of the new school stuff, you're going to get left behind. You've got to take what they did and reinvent, move it forward, find your own flair, find your own way of doing things. You can't be a copy of Chris Bumstead. You see so many guys, Chris Bumstead used Crazy, like a cover of Crazy by Niles Barkley one year, and then everybody used it the next year in the amateur ranks. You're like, you've got to be original. The whole point of classic physique was you were seeing new stuff all the time, and everybody just wants formulaic, and that's what the industry has become. Like, everything's formula. Like, how you prep, how you eat, how you train, how you fucking pose, how you carry yourself. Everybody wants to sound like JP these days because that's what came before, and they're just copying. Try and be original. Try and be something new, something different. It's scary. It's different. You're trying something else. You have to be prepared to do it. So it's one of those. Be original in your posing. That's why you got to spend time just in the posing room, however long it is, making shit up, finding new stuff. And if you see a pose, someone do a pose that you like, try and emulate it. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. And like, it might improve as you get leaner. Like this one, generally doesn't look great when I'm fat, but when I'm lean, looks a lot better. And like, you'll find different stances. Like, most people want to stand straight on because that's what Bumstead does, just hits his fucking front double open style because you know, turned pro open and that sort of thing. But most people can't do that. Most people got to come at the side a bit, put a bit of hip in it, make it a bit classic, you know, chuck a bit of something in there. Sometimes you want to put a dynamism in it, you know. This isn't a front double, but it's definitely a favourite classic, you know, put a bit of twist on it. Even the ones I did, that one, you know, that one's another front double variation, you're just throwing shapes around. And like loads of people go, you know, there's variations on side tricep people do, like, you know, foot back. I would just do this one if it was a shot that we did. Loads of people do do this one, which isn't really a side tricep. It's an abs and then quad shot. You're just chucking some arm in there. It's basically an abs and thigh. You know, the classic most muscular. Like, we're not allowed to do a traditional most muscular. It's not one of our shots, but throw that one in there. You know, looks a lot better when I mean. But it's just that sort of stuff where trying things out, throw stuff around. Don't be afraid to do so. Okay. Here endeth the lesson because I need to go. Put my pants back on for the outro. I know most of you, most of you, I don't know. Some of you probably want me to leave them on. But we're not going to, we're going to put them back on. I'm going to put that shirt back on for as little a time as I can. It's gross. I'm not allowed to walk out of here with my shirt off to the changing room, which is like 10 meters away, otherwise I get told off. Which I think is fucking stupid as a bodybuilding gym. If I'm not hanging around and like training on equipment shirtless, if I'm just like, if I want to fucking, you know, in between putting another shirt on, like have a little cheeky look in the mirror, I should be allowed to do that. But no, not here. Not here. So, yeah, whatever. I am endeavoring as a New Year's resolution to do one YouTube video a week, and I did say that when I sort of started it back up again, but I just never got around to it. So, yeah, I am actually going to give it a go this time and hold myself to it and try and get one out a week, no matter how boring or shit or how can't be asked I'm still going to do it. So, hold me to it and make sure there's 52 videos this year, because, or at least, you know, an average of that, but I'll try and just do one every week. Keeps things regular, keeps things chucking along, and it's just a good idea. It's better than Instagram for documenting on the whole. So even if it's, you know, I get worried, like people are gonna get bored of the same thing, but I post the fucking same thing on Instagram all the time, and that seems to be doing okay. So let's give this a crack. All right, like, comment, share, subscribe, or do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't give a shit. It's a YouTube channel. Watch it if you want to. If it's boring, it's boring. Whatever, skip through it. I don't care. But yeah, have a good one, and I'll see you next week. All right, bye.